You are not ignored by accident. You trained people to ignore you. You call it kindness. It is fear wearing moral makeup. And you feel it every day, don't you? You over-explain. You over-give. You wait for fairness. And predators smell you immediately. You wonder why people interrupt you. You wonder why respect never sticks. You wonder why weaker men command rooms you never will. Sigmund Freud already diagnosed you. Men more readily believe what they wish to be true. You wish people valued goodness. They value power. Power. This fear calcifies slowly. You tell yourself patience is strength. It is submission without chains. Do you think wolves ask permission? Do you think lions negotiate their status? Or do they move first and force adaptation? Your problem is not ethics. Your problem is strategy. Weakness is not virtue. Weakness is a strategic error repeated daily. You will learn 9 psychological rules the powerful never break. They never chase validation. They weaponize silence. They refuse covert contracts. They integrate the shadow. They create information asymmetry. They induce cognitive dissonance. They frame before acting. They ration access. They exit without bleeding. Stay until the end. Rule 9 decides whether you rule or get erased. Rule 1. They never chase validation. You chase approval like prey sprinting across open ground. Predators do not chase validation. They let it come or let it starve. Freud exposed this flaw brutally. The ego seeks confirmation of its existence. Your need to be liked leaks weakness. Your generosity becomes a covert contract. You give hoping to receive. When it fails, resentment poisons you. Power never hopes. Power decides. Command this now. Stop explaining motives. Stop clarifying intentions. Stop proving worth. Count to 3. Say nothing. Watch who panics. That panic is your leverage. Pause, ask yourself this. Who loses control when attention disappears? Rule 2. They use silence as a weapon. Silence is not passive. Silence is pressure without fingerprints. You fear silence because it threatens abandonment. Powerful people love silence because it exposes projection. Freud called this projection. The mind exports its guilt outward. They assume your silence hides hostility. They reveal their own fear. Silence forces others to narrate reality. And people always confess through assumption. Command this. Delay responses deliberately. Shorten sentences. Remove emotional cushioning. Let silence sit like a loaded weapon on the table. Do you feel the shift yet? Because next you will learn why kind people get exploited first, and how covert contracts quietly turn you into prey. Silence has already destabilized them. Now you remove the traps that keep you weak. This is where most people fail, because this part requires brutality toward your own habits. Rule 3. They never form covert contracts. You help. You give. You wait. And inside your chest, an invoice grows. That invoice is a covert contract. You never spoke it, but you expect it honored. Freud understood repression. What you bury emotionally does not disappear. It leaks through tone, through bitterness, through passive aggression. Powerful people never trade favors for hope. They trade clearly or not at all. Covert contracts turn you into prey. Because predators sense expectation. They exploit it. Command this now. State terms early. Detach emotionally. Withdraw when unmet. No explanations. No negotiations. Ask yourself this question. Who feels disappointed more often, you or them? That disappointment is your weakness leaking. Because next, you will confront the part of you that avoids aggression, and why that avoidance keeps you subordinate. Rule 4. They integrate the shadow. You call yourself calm. You call yourself patient. You call yourself nice. Freud called this repression. The shadow is your denied aggression, your denied dominance, your denied hunger. What you repress controls you. What you integrate becomes weapon. Powerful people do not pretend to be harmless. They know exactly how dangerous they are. Wolves do not apologize for teeth. Lions do not explain strength. You avoid anger, so it erupts uncontrollably. Command this. Acknowledge resentment. Name aggression. Aim it deliberately. Controlled aggression commands respect. Uncontrolled niceness invites predation. Ask yourself this: who benefits from your restraint? Because next you learn why talking too much makes you powerless, and how silence creates information dominance. Rule 5. They create information asymmetry. You overshare. You clarify. You explain. You equalize the battlefield for free. Power hoards information like ammunition. It releases selectively. Freud understood mystery. The unknown stimulates authority. The revealed becomes manageable. When people know everything about you, they predict you. When they predict you, they control you. Command this immediately. Answer questions with questions. Delay disclosures. Reveal only what serves position. Foxes survive through cunning. Prey survives through honesty briefly. Notice how others lean in now. Notice how curiosity replaces certainty. Pause the video right now. Ask yourself honestly, which rule exposed you the most? Comment the number below. Do not explain, just the number. This commitment locks attention. Because next, you will learn how the powerful bend minds without confrontation, and why arguing always makes you lose. Rule 6. They induce cognitive dissonance. You argue directly. That is why you lose. Direct confrontation strengthens resistance. The ego hardens under attack. Freud understood this fracture deeply. The mind hates contradiction. When beliefs clash, tension forms. That tension demands resolution. Power does not push. Power destabilizes. Cognitive dissonance is psychological warfare. You let the enemy fight itself. Instead of saying, "You're wrong," you say, "Help me understand this." Instead of accusing, you mirror inconsistencies. Command this now. Ask calm questions. Repeat their words slowly. Withdraw motion completely. Let their mind collapse inward. Ask yourself this: who feels uncomfortable now, you or them? This is surgery, not combat. No blood, no noise, just precision. Predators don't chase arguments, they create traps. Because next, you will learn why reacting makes you weak, and why power always moves first. Rule 7. They frame before they act. You step into conversations already defined. That is submission. Frames are invisible cages. Once inside, you lose options. Freud observed this in authority figures. The mind submits to perceived certainty. Not truth, certainty. Powerful people define reality early. Others adapt unconsciously. When you react, you accept another's frame. When you frame first, you command perception. Command this immediately. Name the context. Set the tone. Define expectations before engagement. If challenged, do not defend. Reframe. Lions choose terrain before battle. Prey reacts inside terrain chosen for them. Ask yourself this question: who defines the rules when you enter a room? If this is hitting uncomfortably close, you are learning something real. Subscribe now. This channel is not for comfort. It is for control. Because next, you will learn the 2 rules that decide everything. Who gets access to you, and how you leave without bleeding power. Most people fail here. Good. No slowdown, no mercy. You now think differently. You speak differently. You move differently. Now comes the part that separates temporary dominance from lasting power. Most people collapse here. Rule 8. They ration access. You are too available. That is why you are cheap. Access is currency. You give it away like water. Freud linked desire to absence. What is always present loses charge. What withdraws gains gravity. Powerful people are scarce by design, not busy, not avoidant, selective. You answer instantly. You stay too long. You let conversations bleed. That teaches others one thing. You are replaceable. Command this now. End interactions early. Leave first. Limit emotional availability. Do not explain why you are leaving. Do not soften exits. Lions do not linger. Hyenas linger. Ask yourself this. Who values you more? Those with unlimited access or limited access? Because now comes the final rule, the one most people never learn. The rule that determines whether you walk away clean or bleed for years. Rule 9, they exit without bleeding. You want closure. That desire exposes you. Power does not seek emotional resolution. Power seeks positional advantage. Freud warned against emotional leakage. Attachment exposes nerves. Exposed nerves invite exploitation. When you explain departures, you surrender narrative control. When you seek understanding, you reopen doors meant to close. Power exits cold, clean, final. Command this absolutely. Say less. Leave early. Never justify your exit. No speeches. No emotional confessions. No last words. Predators disappear. Prey announces escape. Ask yourself this question. How many times did you stay too long? Now see the full structure. Power is not aggression. It is regulation. It is silence. It is scarcity. It is precision. You were not weak by nature. You were untrained. You leaked attention. You leaked emotion. You leaked intent. And people took advantage, not because they are evil, but because that is human nature. Wolves hunt weakness. Hyenas test boundaries. Only lions command space without effort. If you ignore these rules, nothing changes. You will be interrupted, disrespected, overlooked. But if you apply them, your entire position shifts. People hesitate. They adjust. They read you carefully. Not because you are loud, because you are controlled. This is not manipulation. This is sovereignty. Subscribe now. This channel is for those done being prey. Comment below. Write, I choose control. Public declaration locks identity.